What is up, my YouTubers? It's Jennifer. And today I am coming at you with a video on a Wednesday. I know I'm supposed to be posting on Mondays. Well, I had some videos that I edited over the weekend that I was going to upload on Monday. And I ended up having to help out a guy. And that's where this video is going to go. But I ended up getting back home late afternoon and I fell asleep because I was so tired. So I kind of yet again flaked out on uploading a video. If you guys did not see my last video of my mental health check-in, this is kind of like a part 2 check-in of mental health. And this is not an edited video. Actually, I'm recording this on a Wednesday and I will be uploading this on a Wednesday. So on that note, basically, today's video is going to be talking about my borderline personality disorder, and then it's kind of a humorous side to it, which is if you guys do believe in astrology like I do, the Scorpio side of it, because I'm a Scorpio, so that's why I say most of it is going to be the borderline personality disorder. And I want to put this out there because that's what I've been struggling with a lot. I've been diagnosed a few times as an adult with borderline, and it's something that a lot of people say you can grow out of, and I don't think I ever really fully have. It's not like bipolar, by the way. Bipolar is something where you actually legitimately need to take medication, and that's more of a episode incident as opposed to borderlines where you don't necessarily need medication for it. It helps, yes, and I'm not saying that, don't take your meds if you're borderline. I'm just saying, like, borderlines are more of it's not I don't really know how to describe it, and you guys can Google it. I've done many videos in the past on borderline versus bipolar. We're not going to get into that today. Basically, I'm going to go with the backstory. And then we're going to dive into how that fits into me personally and borderlines in general, or the humorous side of a Scorpio. Okay. So basically, this past Friday, I was at work, Saturday, whatever, I was at work, and got a text from this guy that I, really, really like, right? And he gave me some information, and I was like, okay, that really sucks, And in my head, I was trying to figure out how to help him out, trying to figure out if I can help him out, if I was able to. And ended up where in my head, I created this extreme, stupid reason, like where I had this extreme fear that either I'm going to lose him or I'm never going to see him again or something's going to happen. And I don't know. That's where the borderline fits in, because borderlines tend to create irrational sense of fears. We live in these irrational fears. And I created this irrational fear of, like he's going to leave and I'm never going to hear from him again type of thing. Or maybe it was something he said that triggered like, oh my God, like something's going to happen and then we're going to like not be friends anymore or whatever, right? Because I've had a lot of friends in the past that I still talk to every great once in a while, but I don't really hear from them that often. So it's kind of like in my head, I created this thing where like, oh great, I'm getting attached to somebody and they're going to leave me too. If that makes sense. It's really annoying to live like this. It's really annoying to find somebody that you connect with and have that kind of like that friendship bond type of thing, and then create such an irrational fear that they're going to leave you. It's like, it's hard to explain. If you have borderline, if you know anybody with borderline, or if you yourself are borderline, you probably completely understand. In my head, I keep thinking that this is normal, right? Like everybody feels like this. Everybody in the entire world feels like this, like they get attached to somebody and they're going to like lose them instantly. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Basically, I ended up being able to help him out. And I'm rolling my eyes right now because I want to say I did something stupid. And I don't know if this is the borderline impulsiveness of the side or, okay. Basically, what I did for him, I told him, which is true. It's so true. I said I would not do this just for anybody. This is just, it's not like, I literally had to sit on this. And then I decided to sit there and tell him that basically I love him. Yeah. I fell in love with him sometime last year. And I have been trying to figure out the right time to tell him, and or how to tell him, or if I did tell him, how not to scare him off. And I didn't know how to deal with that feeling because of my past. And it's really hard for borderlines to fall in love, or just me, because we tend to fall so hard. That's why I said the Scorpio humorous side of it, because Scorpios fall hard and deep, and we latch on, and we do not let go. For the longest time, I always thought that was a Scorpio trait. Like, like my extreme relationships are just a Scorpio thing. We're extreme people. We fall in love hard and we hate hard. We and then I realized once I was diagnosed with borderline, it's not like a Scorpio thing. It's actually like a legit diagnosis where we don't see things at a grayscale. We see things either all good or all bad. Like, it's just so black and white, which is why I say the humor side of Scorpios. We don't see things in a grayscale. We see things black and white. That's it. There is no in between. There's the extreme. And with that, it's basically where I didn't know how to deal with these feelings when I finally confessed it to myself sometime last year. And so I would basically sit there and text him or whatever, and I'd wait for a response. And when I wouldn't hear for a response, and I'd sit there and create these scenarios in my head, like, oh my God, he hates me, or oh my God, I'm being this clingy person or this annoying person, and I probably pushed him away. Or we would make plans and things would happen and nothing would end up, like, we would just, the timing was never right? So I never got the opportunity to tell him all of this stuff. And I would tell him bits and parts, but I never really fully said, hey, I actually do love you. And we always joked, like, we're constantly always joking, like, hey, well, we're practically married already. Why don't we just get married, type of thing, and people joke like that, because we bicker a lot, like we're an old married couple, but yet, so it's one of those things where I say in my head, I feel like it was a stupid thing to do. Was it impulsive to say? I don't know. I just couldn't sit with this feeling anymore. And it came up to where I had this opportunity to help him out, and this was my time to tell him that, hey, look, I don't do this for everybody or pretty much anybody. And I'm not going to get into what I helped him out with. It was just, that's, I'm just going to say I helped him out with a major, huge problem and basically saved his ass. And yeah, but now it's at the point where I'm back at where I don't know how he feels. Obviously he likes me because he still wants to talk to me. He still wants to be with me. I mean, not be with me, but like, he's not annoyed with me. I haven't pushed him away. I haven't scared him away. And then we were talking, and he said that there's really almost no way to kind of scare him off unless I treat him like shit, which is basically a normal human being. If you treat somebody like shit, you're not going to want to be with shit. But if you treat them decently, but see, I get scared because sometimes I'll say stupid shit because in my head I've created these stupid ass scenarios that make no freaking sense. Like right now, I texted him the other day, about some work issues because he may or may not come and get a second job where I work, right? And I just need to know, hey, we're hiring. We need to get you in to start training you before summer. That's all I wanted to know. It's a legit reason. In my head, I'm creating the scenario though, going, oh my God, I want to sit there and say, hey, I have today off. Why don't you come over? Because I'm bored and I love you. And, we need to talk about this. And I want you to love me too. And I need to know how you feel. And I want to like sit there and not give him space instead of say, how do you feel about this? Come here. Get over here, talk to me, like, tell me how you feel, tell me, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh my God. And in my head, when I don't hear from him, because I'm having a conversation in my head of what he would say, which is so stupid, right? I don't know if this is all borderlines. I don't know if all borderlines did this, but in my head, I've created a scenario like, okay, well, I told him I love him. He has to sit with that feeling. Give him time, right? Let him process that. Let him figure that out. Don't sit there and blow up his phone every flipping 5 minutes and then sit there and say, why are you not talking to me? Oh my God, you hate me. And then start attacking him for no flipping reason. Because that's what I would do. And it's so hard. And that's what's so hard about lately, because I've been sitting on this feeling forever. And I would create these scenarios in my head, and then I would attack him for no fucking reason, which is not normal. I understand that. It's kind of like, almost like I feel like I have schizophrenia, but I don't hear voices. I hear my own voice. But that's where the borderline is so annoying, because like, we create these scenarios in our heads that are so irrational and so stupid. And then we tend to not be able to deal with them, so we do something impulsive. Well, I did do something impulsive. I kind of re-dyed my hair back reddish. I mean, in this lighting you guys can't see, but I'm not about to open my window right now because it's so bright outside. But along with that, it's like right now, like if you guys haven't seen my last mental health video where I'm stuck, that's where I'm at right now, because I feel so stuck and so trapped. And that's why I love going to work so much, because work is a great distraction for me. I basically go to work and I have shit I have to do at work. I can't just space off and sit in my feelings. And that's like today, like I did everything yesterday, like my laundry, my dishes and everything, to catch up because I wanted to sleep in today. Well, I did sleep in today, which is great. That's another thing. If I lose sleep, I tend to get very agitated, and my nervous energy, I don't know if it's ADHD or just nervous energy in general from anxiety or whatever, then I tend to not sleep. And then I tend to, my borderline acts up where if I don't sleep, then I create even more scenarios of stupid shit that make no sense. And it's so annoying. Okay, before I go on, one, I want to tell you guys, don't cut me up for not going to therapy. Please don't, okay? Because I've tried therapy. I've gone to therapy. I've found great therapists in the past, and therapy does work for a lot of people. For me personally, therapy does not help at all. So please do not cut me up and say, well, maybe I should talk to a professional. I've done that. Okay. So it personally for me, it has not helped. It actually made me worse, which makes kind of no sense. And I was going to one therapist for about a year and a half. And in that year and a half, I was getting worse every session. I wasn't getting better. I mean, I kept going because, well, one, I was court ordered to go. So that kind of didn't really help. But I kept going mostly because I had a therapist that I actually, she knew me. She knew my diagnosis. She knew my personality. And it's really hard to find a therapist who's going to treat a borderline, you guys. Most therapists do not like treating borderlines because we do. We tend to just brush everything off that they say. Not all borderlines is, but for me personally, it's like, it's really hard to find a therapist who wants to help you because we brush everything off. We don't listen to them. We kind of just take their advice and just kind of sit there and go, oh yeah, I'll do that. And then we do like not even anything like that. And I also want to point out that yes, I do know all of the DBT skills, which is dialectical behavioral therapy. So before you guys cut me up and say, all this mean stuff in the comments or everything else, just bear with me, okay? I'm just making this video to tell you how I'm doing at the moment, okay? No, I'm not in a self-harming, suicidal ideation mode right now. No, I am not doing anything like going on extreme spending spree. Well, okay. I did in the past go on spending sprees, like my shopping hauls. Obviously, you guys saw those. Obviously, I have more shopping hauls coming up, but that's because I bought stuff in the past. Yes, that's the impulsivity. So, yeah. And that's another humorous side about the Scorpios. Scorpios tend to be very impulsive people, which is really weird because I feel like I'm such a planner, but yet I'm impulsive. I'm an impulsive planner. Does that make sense? Excuse me. When I say I'm an impulsive planner, it's like I plan out like certain things. Like I will pre-plan my shopping hauls, right? But then I impulsively buy for those shopping hauls, which makes no sense. Going back to this guy. Okay, so basically I'm in love with this guy, right? And I have no idea if he is reciprocating that feeling. Obviously, I know he likes me because he still talks to me. He still comes around. He still wants to hang out with me all the time. The only problem with that is the fact that I want, now that I've told him that, I want to spend every single waking hour with him or every chance we can with each other. And it's like, oh, that's so annoying because I want to be that clingy person and just like latch on and just never let go. But at the same time, I have to like back off. And it's really hard. And it's really, really hard to not sit there and, just do that. Anyways, before I make this video, the longest video in the world, that's where I am at the moment. And that's why I said I am recording this on a Wednesday. I'm going to be uploading this on a Wednesday because I'm kind of in this really weird, still head spin of mental ness. On that note, if you guys found this video informative or like this video, please hit that big thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel, please. I would like to grow my channel. I would love to hit 50 subscribers. I would love to also hit 100 and plus. If you yourself suffer from borderline personality disorder, please just know that you are not alone. I suffer from it on a daily basis. This is just one of many rants and raves on this. I apologize. I talked all over the place as usual. I will link the borderline, one link only at the moment, below, as well as a Scorpio diagnosis. I don't know if all Scorpios or all borderlines feel the same. I just thought it was humorous to include Scorpios in this video because I didn't want to make it just kind of like a thing. Also, he's a Scorpio too. So if that kind of, so it's like, I'm a Scorpio, he's a Scorpio. So, but at the same time, on that note, follow me on Instagram because I do post teasers of videos that I'm about to post. I also post any shopping hauls I have done. I have also started TikToking. I have TikTok now, so I haven't made any TikTok videos lately. I probably will today since I have off. But follow me on there too. And on that note, if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, post them below, or you can also DM me on Instagram. You can also email me. All of those links are below. And on that note, you guys stay awesome, and I will catch you next time, hopefully on a Monday. Hopefully on a Monday. If I don't on a Monday, well, then you guys know, hopefully on a Wednesday. So